Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another movie update or movie haul. This is basically a Black Friday edition. There's a few pickups that I've made prior to Black Friday which I will show first, but then I also wanted to show everything I picked up during Black Friday. Over here in Australia this year for Black Friday there were some pretty decent deals, especially on a lot of 4K titles, so I took advantage of that. Nothing too amazing in terms of horror stuff, but there never really is over here. But yeah, with the Amazon Australia and Big W Black Friday sales, I came away with some pretty good pickups for some really good prices. So we'll get to those towards the end of the video. But first of all, I'll quickly show you some stuff that I picked up prior to Black Friday. So the first thing we have here is not a movie, but it is movie related. It's the LEGO Dimensions Goonies set. I don't really see too much Goonies merchandise ever. It's my favourite film of all time, so I decided to pick it up. This was pretty cheap at Big W. It includes the pirate ship, Sloth, and the skeleton piano, so that's pretty cool. I will open this, build it up, and put it on display at some point. Okay, now let's get on to the movies. So this is basically a mixture of Blu-ray, DVD and 4K, all different genres as well, TV series as well, so a bit of everything. So first up, I went ahead and picked up the complete season 4 of The Goldbergs. This show is amazing and I highly recommend it if you're a fan of 80s culture in general. This show is fantastic. I think it's into its 6th season over in the US now, so I'm really happy that the show's been as successful as it has. This is probably my favourite modern show. It's just absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, we tend to get the releases pretty slow over here, so we're only up to season 4 release-wise at the moment, but I decided to pick it up. But yeah, if you have not seen this and you're an 80s fan, do yourself a favour, check the show out, it's amazing. This was $20 on Amazon Australia. I don't think it was part of Black Friday. I think that's just their standard price. The cheapest I've seen it anywhere in Australia. It's the 4K release of Hook. I don't think I even owned this on Blu-ray or DVD, and it's been years since I've seen this, so cannot wait to check it out. One of my favourites growing up. This is an absolute classic. The next 3 movies are part of a box set. I'm not going to use the box that it came in because the box is pretty tight and it's difficult to get the movies out. But I think I paid about $55 for the box set, which is pretty good. And it's the 3 Matrix movies on 4K. So we have the first one. And it's been years since I've seen these, so looking forward to revisiting them. What's this? Revolutions and Reloaded. So as I said, it's been quite some time since I've seen these, but yeah, definitely looking forward to rewatching these. This is a pretty recent release from Umbrella Entertainment, Day of the Dead yet again on Blu-ray. I own multiple copies of this, but I like to support Umbrella, and this is my favourite zombie film of all time, so I picked it up. I haven't had a chance to check this particular release out, but I've heard that the transfer is the same as the Scream Factory release, and in terms of features, I'm not sure if there's anything new on the discs or not. It's a 2-disc set, pretty cool custom artwork there of Dr. Tongue, different artwork to any previous releases, which is pretty cool, so I'm a fan of that. This was $22 on Amazon Australia, and it's the cheapest I've seen these. If you live in Australia and you're after Umbrella Entertainment releases, definitely look up Amazon because they tend to be the cheapest. So that's that. This was about $15. I've been meaning to pick it up for a while. Just a shelf filler basically. The Final Destination Complete Collection. I only owned the first one on Blu-ray, and I think I've only seen maybe the first couple of sequels. So looking forward to giving this one a watch at some point. all on separate discs, all in a standard Blu-ray case, which is nice for shelf space. This movie was absolutely awesome, and that is Summer of '84. This was $13 on Amazon, which again is the cheapest I've seen it. This movie, as I said, was absolutely awesome. I absolutely loved it. I'm not really going to spend too much time talking about it because I'm sure everyone or most of you have seen this already, but I really enjoyed this. The story, the characters were all really, really good. It had a great 80s throwback vibe to it, and towards the end it went really, really dark, which I liked. I really liked the way this movie went during the ending sequences of the film. Really, really well done. So yeah, if you haven't seen this one, it's awesome. One of my favourites from 2018 for sure. So that's Summer of '84. The next three movies are Australian films. So we have Occupation. This is pretty underrated. I don't really think I've heard too many people talk about this one. But I guess rightfully so, because I'm not even sure if this has got an overseas release, and a lot of people overseas probably have never heard of this one. This was pretty cool though, because it was filmed 45 minutes from where I live, so I was familiar with a lot of the locations, which is awesome. I love that in films when I know where the movie's been shot and I've been to the locations and spots before. It's pretty cool. If you're a fan of stuff like Red Dawn and Tomorrow When the War Began, I'm sure you'll like this. It's basically an adult version of that, about a group of small town people who form a rebellion against an alien invasion. I was surprised how good this was for a low budget kind of independent movie, I guess, although it does have a few big name stars, but within Australia anyway. But yeah, this was really, really good. It had good effects, pretty good storyline, so I definitely recommend it. And they're already making a sequel to this one, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's Occupation. Highly recommended if you're a fan of alien invasion sci-fi movies. The next movie is an absolute Aussie classic, Rabbit Proof Fence. Very, very sad story behind this one. It's based on like things that really happened back in Australian history, which yeah, I'm pretty ashamed of what happened back then, to be honest. This is about the Aboriginal stolen generation. Basically, Aboriginal children back in the olden days would get taken from their families and basically raised in white society, which I think was absolutely fucking appalling and disgusting. But it did happen, and this movie is based on that. I'm kind of surprised this movie's taken so long to hit Blu-ray, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the transfer, because just the way the movie's shot, the locations and stuff, I think are going to look absolutely fantastic on Blu-ray. So if you haven't seen this one, this is an Australian classic. Although pretty sad story, this is well worth watching. And the last of my pre-Black Friday pickups is The Tracker. This is a really, really underrated Australian film in my opinion. This is phenomenal. This is basically about a Aboriginal tracker who help a group of white people. Really, really good. It's been a while since I've seen this one actually, so I don't really remember everything about it, but I've been wanting to upgrade to the Blu-ray for quite some time now, so yeah, another one that I'm pretty keen to revisit on Blu-ray. Okay, and for the last portion of this update, we'll go through my Black Friday pickups. So all of these were from Amazon Australia and Big W, and I will mention prices just in case anyone is interested. I picked up a lot of TV series, and a lot of the horror themed TV series are actually pretty cheap over here in Australia right now. So if you live over here and you're interested in stuff like Fear the Walking Dead, Ash vs Evil Dead and American Horror Story, just to name a few, they're all super cheap. I mean, a lot of them are under $10 per season, so yeah, if you're interested in any of those shows and you live in Australia, get on it. But anyway, I picked up Fear the Walking Dead Season 1. This is a great show. I actually like it a lot more than the Walking Dead series, and this was an upgrade for me. I think this was about $12, so I thought, why not? I already own Season 2 on Blu-ray, and it kind of bothered me that I didn't have Season 1 on Blu-ray, so that was an upgrade. And Season 3, which I didn't own before and I'm still yet to check out, and I've heard this season is really, really good. So I think this was about $18, which is the cheapest that I've seen it, so pretty good deal on that. The next 3 seasons are from one show, 2 are upgrades from DVDs. Ash vs Evil Dead Season 1, this was $9.50 on Amazon, so I thought that was well worth the upgrade. And this show's awesome, well, the first 2 seasons anyway. I haven't seen Season 3 yet. Season 2, which was also $9.50. And this was really cheap. It's a relatively recent release. Season 3, this was $15, so I now own all 3 seasons. I'm looking forward to checking Season 3 out. I haven't seen it yet. This was half price. I didn't get around to watching this in theatres. It's the 4K release of Solo. I've heard mixed things on this film, but I have been wanting to check it out to see what I think of it. And this was $17 on Amazon, which was pretty good, half off. Finally got around to picking this movie up. I've been tempted to purchase it before, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to wait and see if it's on sale on Black Friday, and I'm glad I did. And that is Hereditary. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this. I'm really late to the party, but glad to finally own this so I can check it out before I make my favourite horror movies of 2018 video. Yeah, this was $14.50 on Amazon during Black Friday, so absolutely amazing deal on that one. So I will be watching this very, very soon. And the last lot of movies, the last 4 films for this update were from Big W. My Big W store was pretty limited in what they had. They're always that way. They don't really have a huge amount of 4K titles or Blu-ray titles, and pretty mainstream stuff, but I'm happy to pick up these 4 films. They were $15 each. It's been a while since I've seen them, and I thought, you know what, for 4K, not bad prices. So we have Jurassic Park, Part 2, Part 3, and Jurassic World, which I actually have not seen entirely. I think I've seen about half of it, and I did quite like it. So looking forward to being able to finally finish this movie. So these were $15 a piece, as I said, which was pretty good for 4K titles. And I've also ordered Jurassic World 2 on Amazon, so that should arrive shortly. It wasn't part of a Black Friday sale or anything. I ordered it after that just to complete the set. So yeah, that is it for this update. A lot of titles, a pretty large update, certainly the biggest update that I've done in quite some time, but yeah, a lot of great deals on pretty much everything that I picked up, especially all the Black Friday stuff, so I took advantage of that, and I'm pretty happy with everything that I have picked up. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys picked up during Black Friday, especially if you live over here in Australia. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.